Welcome to another edition of Comic Book Business News on March 20 on March 19th, 2022. Today in the news. This is day 13 of the second Ukraine war. In the previous show, I talked a little about the crisis and my thoughts. And in this show, I'll talk a little more before the comic books, or say a few words. I think the President Putin made a mistake in committing an act of aggression against the Ukraine. I think President Putin did a wrong and immoral thing. I think this is a war that I don't think he should continue his war against the Ukraine. And I think he doesn't want to fight this war against the Ukraine because it may even be the beginning of the end for Putin. I think President Biden basically spoke loudly enough, saying basically Putin is having not only him but the world turn its back on him. And I think that that I agree with many of Biden's sanctions. Maybe I wouldn't be as extreme because I think the sanctions will impact the Russian people very harshly, and they will miss their McDonald's and Apples and their nice American things, and it may breed of among some ill will, which the Cold War had largely done away with. And I think Russia really didn't want a war with the Ukraine because they were planning a huge oil pipeline project, which would have been better for Russia, which it involved the Ukraine's partnership. So they threw all those plans for making money with oil away. So this was really, if it's about economics, not such an economical good thing for Russia to do. Because now all your oil companies are not going to lose money, not make money, and the American oil companies that are in partner with the Russian oil companies are pulling out. So it's going to be bad. Also, I think that the Russians are going to miss their American credit card companies. They're going to have to use European credit card companies and Russian and Chinese ones, which aren't as good. So if you're a Russian and want MasterCard or Visa, sorry, chum. And I think in the end, before this won't be like Afghanistan. This won't be a 10-year war. This will be I hope that before long, the Russian military and maybe even Putin's oligarchs, who are also feeling the pinch, will inform Putin, hey, if you want to continue to be leader and rely on us, that you will just say the war is over and try to withdraw and keep a brave face. maybe I would agree with maybe what I previously said, that Russia should keep the Crimea, which was established during the previous Ukraine conflict in 2014, which the international community kind of agreed, Russia, you can keep it. But I am thinking that Donbass Luhansk should is disputed territory, and I mainly side with the Ukrainians on that side of the issue, not Russia. So that is what my agent states. So my apologies, boss. So anyway, I think that it's a shame, and in other news, I am glad that for the conference between Israel, Herzog, and Turkey's Erdogan, I am glad the two countries are of better relations. That's kind of nice, and I think, um, and now I think enough. I think, oh, only one more thing. I think I would like to say President Biden's doing a good job, and I know he didn't accomplish all he wanted, but I would hope that we do get those really cool electric cars one day, and maybe maybe some build back better goals will be, and free college will be achieved someday. So enough of the geopolitical stuff. Onto the comics. For our first comic, this is mainly Comics Today from TMP at Image. Uh, uh, it is Gunslinger Spawn, and it is a Spawn from the Old West. So here, let's see what this Spawn's about. It is script and plot by Todd McFarlane and art by Brad Booth. For the first page is really cool, and Spawn is, what's going on here? Maybe he having a little trouble. Oh no, clowns after him. Violator. So Spawn's getting a little advice and harassment from Violator. This guy, Violator is sort of starting to look a little Jokerish. They're drawing him a little more exaggerated. Violator's a little Dom DeLuise sometimes lately. Emphasis on the fat and the disgusting with this guy. This guy is kind of like got his hat. It kind of looks like a Crocodile Dundee hat. It's kind of cool. I would say the artwork looks pretty good. This, wow, gigantic Violator. So, yes, my pawn. I like the spawning around his back. They took it away for a while. and going to have Avatar That's Airbender toys at McFarlane Toys. I would give this comic book a 4 out of 5. It is top notch. This is, I don't know if I've reviewed this before. This is Scorch #1. Basically, Hot Babes, Jim Lee covers, and McFarlane's newest, The Adventures of She Spawn. Basically, Melinda Clarke's character from the Spawn movie, Jessica Priest, goes to hell and comes back as a female Spawn. She is sort of been a backup character for a while in some of the Spawn books in her various forms. Now she gets her own book. Here is the Jim Lee cover, and it's been partially painted a little and touched up. I say this is a very good cover. This is a collection of Spawns. Gunslinger, She Spawn, and Medieval Spawn. This has kind of a good plot. I think they're doing a very good job on She's Spawn. She's kind of hot too. She's, really good looking. She's just kind of, so this is kind of a good comic book. And she's kind of a hot chick. Medieval Spawn is here for all you Medieval Spawn fans. They haven't used them in a while. And Gunslinger. I don't know if I'm completely sold on Gunslinger yet. But here he is, Spawn of the Old West. She's sort of just, tits and ass. Scorched is sort of not only her, but like all these Spawns together. And is sort of a nice collection of Spawn various characters. Like you see Redeemer. They've used Redeemer more. And you see Gunslinger execute a curse and Grim and Gritty. Watch people be executed. This isn't your dad's comic book. Watch all fallen beings brutally murder people, even avenging angels. Scorched is a really cool comic book for fans of Spawn, and I would give it 4.5 out of 5. I think it's good for fans of Jessica Priest and of Spawn. The final comic book this week is Spawn 325. It is sort of a ninja Spawn. He is another of the various Spawn in the Spawn world. Spawn is he's actually looks more like a Middle Eastern Spawn. this is sort of a this is sort of I don't care. This is sort of um um $3 comic book, which is a good price. I like McFarlane is uh giving us a $3 comic book again. So there's uh, for those hard economic times during the hard 2020s, you have a Spawn is $3. The bad thing is the length. I don't like Spawn being this short. I like a 30, and McFarlane isn't doing the comic book. This is supposed to be a media member. She is. So that's at some corporation. How we can manipulate for the media, Spawn. Spawn, you media darling. Spawn's almost becoming like any other character. It's almost what they wanted originally when they did Spawn. This comic book is kind of a 3. It's not the best Spawn. I'm sorry. And I would like more McFarlane involvement. And I would like it longer. So those are the comic books this week. In our last segment, I would like to say I am very excited. I will be appearing at Fan Expo. I am going to be representing myself. I will be signing copies of my latest book, Zayn Endless War, and signing copies of other books, which I will have on me. And I will be in the artist alley. And so that's all this week. And from me, Josh Goldstein, and all of us at Comic Book Business News, good night and good luck.